Welcome to another episode of the Valorant Tips and Tricks Sent by You series, a series where I show Valorant tips and tricks that you guys send to me. Like always, I'll be giving away one battle pass to one random submission, and if you want to submit something, feel free to join my Discord server or tag me on Twitter. And before we start the video, I quickly want to say that I'm moving out. At this moment, I'm 21 years old and I live with my parents, but I'm going on an internship next month in a different city. This means that I have to move this week, so there might be a little bit less videos. But thank you so much for the support, because without you guys, it would not be possible. Now, let's start the video. On Breeze, you can actually wallbang through this wall. A very good one. Wallbang if you think enemies are walking through it, or you can do a cool trick. With Sofa, shoot your arrow through the trapdoors and then go to the wallbang spot and wallbang if you spot enemies. If you make a kill like this, I'm sure the enemies will get tilted. Let's stay on Breeze and go to B side. Did you know that you can actually jump on this pillar with any agent? Well, in theory, you need to practice it a lot. I sadly couldn't pull it off, but Bacon Pancakes did. Very nice. Let me know in the comments if you can do it and if you have some tips. In Last Act, Riot Games changed the crates on bind. But how can you now do the Viper one way? Well, it's actually very simple. At the start of the round, stand against the middle of the crates, then aim to the right of the top of the 3 rings. Right click throw and now you have a nice one way. This type of smoke is actually better than the normal smoke, because if you smoke normally, the enemies can just jump on the crates and look over it. But before we go further, I quickly want you to look at the hairline of Yoru. It looks a little bit like a V, but no worries Yoru. The sponsor of this video, Keeps, can help you with that. One thing a lot of guys can be insecure about is a bad hairline. And sadly, it's way too common. 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they're 35. Luckily, Keeps offers one of the best solutions to this with their FDA approved products. Prevent the hair loss before it starts, and all at an affordable rate. A great thing about Keeps is that you also gain access to an online doctor. These experts will support you in making your hair goal a reality, and the products will be automatically delivered straight to your door. This saves time and money. If you're feeling a little bit hesitant, no worry, just read all the 5-star reviews they got. A lot of people already ordered from Keeps and most of them have a positive experience. Keeps treatments typically take around 4 to 6 months before you see results, so the sooner you start using it, the more hair you will save. So Yoru, my friend, I will send you a package. And if you're interested, feel free to click on the link in the description or go to keeps.com. You get 50% off your first order, so why not try it out today? I want to thank Keeps for supporting this channel, and now let's continue the video. With Killjoy on split, you can do a nice trick with your sentry gun. On A side, if you place your gun in this corner, you can stand on top of your sentry and look all the way to rafters. This is a cool trick for the post plant if you think enemies are about to push heaven. Now a cool neon trick you can do for a lot of style points. Did you know that you can actually slide under the door on ascent? You just have to time it right and you can surprise the enemies. But the best thing, it looks badass. Just look at the clips from Fashu.
One enemy remaining.
Phoenix.
One enemy remaining.
Now let's go to Fracture for an easy wall to counter the rotates. On Fracture, a lot of enemies are flanking, and to counter that, just place your Sage wall in the spawn. When the enemies are pushing, just make your shot and easy peasy. Now a very unique trick with Viper on Breeze. When you are pushing with Viper, consider placing your wall like this and plant the spike in front of the box. After that, when the spike is planted, find this paper, aim at the box, jump and cast your ultimate. And suddenly there's a strange gap appearing in the Viper ult. Now just simply play time, hide a little bit, and when you hear the defuse, just spam on the spike. The good thing about this is that the enemies won't be able to see anything. So good luck making those kills, my friends. You found that clip too complicated? Well, here's an easy one with Killjoy. Just simply throw your Nanus farm in between the box and the pillar. And this is why I recommend Killjoy for newer players and not Viper. When you're about to push A short or even A long with Raze, stand in this corner and aim at the right of the door. Cast your boombot and it will go all the way to A short and give a lot of information. This boombot is especially good to get information in that nasty corner where people often are camping with the judge. Now 3 nasty neon stuns on A ascent. The first one is against the wooden box. It will stun the box and the people standing in heaven. The second one is on the bricks on the middle of site. It will stun people standing on the right and of course standing behind the bricks. And the last one is behind the generator. One good throw and the whole generator will be stunned. Now a very nice way to retake C with Breach. First cast your ultimate on site, then go to the right and cast your aftershock to the back of site. After that just flash and enter. Kill the enemies that are flashed. Then push. You don't have to check backside anymore. One more flash and you have the site for you. Now just pray they don't play with lineups. I'm very sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but Tigas Litz is showing how it's done.
Resta um inimigo.
Very well done, my friend. Now cool sage one way you can use on B side icebox. When you push to B through kitchen, you can plant a spike over here. Then walk back towards kitchen and quickly place your wall on top of these box. Just jump and place it. After that, simply camp in kitchen or behind the containers and there's a small gap you can see through. This trick works especially good with an operator, but you can also use a vandal or a phantom, of course. In the last episode, I showed that you could hide your nano swarms in the grass. But sadly, this only works if you are playing on high settings. When you are playing on low settings, you can easily spot the nano swarms. This is one of the reasons why maybe playing with low settings is a little bit better. Anyway, alternatively, you can easily go to short and go for a quick lineup. Stand in this corner and aim a little bit to the left of the top left of the generator. Throw your nano swarm and it will land on the default plant. If you cast your E with neon, you can actually jump further than you normally would. You can use this trick, for example, in A haven. You can jump from the middle on the boxes to the left. A nice one to kill enemies from an unexpected angle. And another example over here on bind, very nice. A bonus trick. When you stand on the spot and you want to look into hookah, your gun in your left hand will give you more advantage. As you see, when your gun is in your left hand, you can easily spot B long. However, when it's in your right hand, you cannot spot it. Riot Games, please make a hotkey to switch gun perspective. If you ever wondered how crouch jumping works, here's a nice picture. When you're about to enter A with KO on fracture, just throw your knife against the middle thing on the side. You don't need any crazy lineups, just this simple one and you get information if the enemies are on the side. The simple tricks are often the best tricks, my friends. About simple tricks, a lot of people are using this simple trick wrong. It doesn't matter where you place it, but for example over here on fracture, when you put your sage wall down, a lot of people are peeking way too early. And because of this, they peek into multiple enemies and probably die. So instead, wait a little bit longer. The enemies might forget you're there, wait till the right time and then kill the enemies just like Papoy.
Bro, कैसे रेव करे? सामने बंदे हैं.
One enemy remaining.
Nice one, bro.
Very good one, Papoy. Patience is a good skill. Now an essential teleport with chamber. With chamber, try to always have a teleport on this spot. This is because if you place your teleport over here, you can stand on a lot of different angles. So you can always decide if you want to reposition yourself if the enemy spotted you or teleport away. Now an easy trick with race. At the start of the round, stand against the barrier and aim at the metal. When the barriers are going down, cast your boombot and it will drive to the left of the satellite. If it spots enemies, they get distracted and you can peek to the right and kill them. And if it spots no one, you now have control over satellites. Very nice. Now cool sage wall with 3 uses. On B side on ascent, you could place your wall over here. From here you could jump and look to B main. A nice one to get some information. You could also stand over here and just shoot on the enemies if they push. And when they push, simply jump down and now the wall blocks the enemies. Very nice. One thing though, the enemies will be able to see the wall from the other side, so consider placing your wall diagonal. Same effect. On icebox you can use the rope to jump on this box. When you stand on this box, just place your stars down and use your smokes. The enemies might think it's some sort of one way. And when you time it right, you can kill the enemies just like bacon pancakes.
Last player standing.
Oh, come on.
One enemy remaining.
You're welcome.
Very nice one. Now cool setup if you want to rush with Omen. First smoke CT, then smoke Heaven. After that push carefully, be careful for ramps, use your blind to the left side and then teleport into Heaven. After that just peek rafters while your team is rushing behind you. I would not recommend to peek into Heaven because you're all by yourself then, unless your team is rushing ramps. There's a strange neon mechanic that if you jump, press S and then dash, you will dash backward. I don't think it's a very useful mechanic, but hey, maybe you can use it. Another thing you should know about the dash is that if you press A or D very quickly, you will dash to the left or the right. And this is the end of the video. I want to thank everyone who submitted in tricks. Thank you so much for watching and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.